Shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video.
Let's talk about money. The green cake, cheese, bread, dough, Skrilla. The kids don't say Skrilla no more. Okay. Hey YouTube world, it's me, Evelyn. Okay, y'all got a lot of questions about money. Bear with me, okay? I'm trying to ace some cues. And this internet cousin asks, are you comfortably making a living from YouTube or only the additional work it brings? So I went ahead and did the math. There's a lawnmower. 28% of the money I've made so far in 2020 came from outside of this YouTube channel. So that could be hosting something on another channel or in another platform. It could be speaking somewhere, selling a t-shirt, I don't know. That means that 72% of the money I've made so far in 2020 comes from youtube.com/Evelyn from the internets. Okay, that could be a sponsored video like this one. It could be Google AdSense. And I have a video about how I make money online that kind of detailed all of that. So give that a watch. People ask me about Patreon all the time, and I have avoided it for so long just because I have my own hangups about being given money. I am thinking of starting a Patreon with my baby blow because a lot of the things that you like about my videos, he has a hand in. So I'm thinking about it. Let me know what you think. How long did it take before you started to be approached with sponsorship offers? Around 2014, it seems, I got a sponsorship. So there are these websites, and a lot of them exist to this day. And the one I went on was FameBit, which is now, it used to be an independent company, and Google/YouTube bought it, right? And so you go on the website, and there are all these brands. There's sparkling ice, there's, glasses. There are all these brands, and they write down what video they want made, and then you pitch, and they say yes. So that's how I got some of my first sponsorships. Gray's Box. Oh my God, if you want to watch a throwback, I think I had purple hair in that video, or maybe blue. Who knows? But I was cute. I started my YouTube channel in 2008. I had been doing YouTube for a long time. A long time. I will say that. I will also say I wasn't actively searching for sponsorships. I wasn't pressed because I had a job. YouTube was something I did on the side. And speaking of sponsorships, shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. I'ma let voiceover Evelyn do the rest.
Squarespace gives you a powerful and beautiful online platform to create your own website. I use it as a landing page where you can learn more about me, what I do, and how we can work together. There are blogging tools that allow you to share and schedule out your posts, Squarespace email campaigns to help your business stand out, and if you scroll to the bottom of my website or click the link in the video description box, you can sign up for my email newsletter. I'll slide into your inbox on a monthly-ish basis with exclusive content, as they say, stuff that makes you think, makes you laugh, and throw in some doodles for funsies. And you can authenticate with your social media profiles, which lets you auto-post to Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. Visit squarespace.com for a free trial, check things out, play around, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Evelyn from the internets to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
All right. How do you figure out what to charge? Come closer, come closer, come closer. What if I told you I didn't know? It's somewhat of a mystery. Not a mystery. It is an experiment. They say, who is they? I don't know. But they say that you should charge 2 to 4% of your follower count. Okay? So if you have 5,000 followers, subscribers, whatever, you would charge 2 to 4%. So let's just say 3%, which is $150. I think that that's low, but you can adjust that rate depending on a couple of things. So depending on your engagement, okay, and the value that you've placed on your talent or skill set. So if you have 5,000 followers and every time you post 1,000 people like it, that is great engagement. People are actively interested in what it is you're doing. You're doing something valuable. As opposed to if you have 5,000 followers and every time you post 3 people like it, Something's wrong. You might have bought your followers. You can adjust your rate depending on your skill set or talent. Sure, I have 5,000 followers and you might be looking for someone with 50,000 followers, but like, I'm a drone operator. And so my video footage is going to look incredible. That's worth more than a person with 5,000 followers who gets 3 likes and is taking the picture on an iPhone. It just is. And that's something that you can use to negotiate. My rate, whatever that ends up being for the particular contract or brand, is the cost associated with 4 things. There is a cost associated with allowing an outside brand to have access to you and to the ad that I'm about to say. How many of you that there are, and how deeply you engage with me, or how frequently you engage with me. Going back to the example of the 5,000 followers and 3 likes. There are plenty of people with more subscribers than me who have the same amount of views. So the percentage is higher for me. My rate is associated with the time it takes to make a video for me. And it also factors in the value of what it is that I'm doing. They're giving you nothing. They're not giving you jokes. They're not giving you cultural references. They're not giving you body language and gesticulation. Okay? That is special. And that is part of what goes into my rate. This person asks if they should build their base low or go ahead and set it and raise as you grow. I would always say set it and raise as you grow. Why would you start low knowing it's low? I can understand starting low because you don't know any better and you're trying to gain information. But if you've done your research and then you decide to go lower than that, that'll make no sense. I'm going to leave her information in the video description box. I think you should check out Hayat. She has a lot of information about rates and how to pitch brands. And this is talking about this particular subject specifically is what she's about. She's about creating resources to help you navigate your way through that. So I really suggest that you check her out online. I will also say that when you're figuring out your rate, especially if this is not a one-off thing, if this is supposed to be a regular source of income, that you consider 2 extra things: exclusivity clauses and usage rights. So an exclusivity clause is the part of your contract that says that you can't work for anybody in a specific category of the industry, or maybe they'll name the brands that you can't work for or even refer to in passing. Okay, sponsored by Crayola. I can't be up here talking about Rose Art, okay? And your exclusivity clause will say that. And it'll say how long that exclusivity clause lasts. So, for example, is it worth it to you if you talk about art supplies that you are only allowed to talk about Crayola? How much would they have to pay you for that to make financial sense? Some industries have stricter exclusivity clauses. I imagine the beauty industry doesn't have super strict ones because how many of us use one mascara? You know what I mean? We dibble and dabble in lots of things naturally. But then there are some things like technology. You know what I'm saying? If Apple pays me to talk about something, their exclusivity clause is you can't be out here tweeting from an Android. You can't do it. And then you should also think about usage rights, which is the part of your contract that will explain what the brand is allowed to use your video or Instagram post or what have you, what they're allowed to use it for and for how long. Are you comfortable with receiving $50 to have your video be on television? $50? You gonna run me $50? And I made you a commercial? Can you speak about how to know what to charge for services? Refer to the information I said just now, but also you're going to have to give it a try in real life. By sharing information, we can begin to cobble together some sort of average. Hop on Reddit. Oh my gosh, Reddit has a wealth of information about people sharing how much they're making for a particular job and where they live. But at some point, you are going to have to give it a whirl and see what happens. Every sponsored video I have on this YouTube channel, I did not get paid the same rate. It's a separate negotiation. Some videos are less, some videos are more. At the end of the day, you're the one who's then gonna have to think, is it worth it? No one can tell you if it's worth it, but you. This question is about negotiating rates. Have I ever had issues negotiating rates, especially when I know a white influencer was paid more? I have to be 100% honest. I am not in close relationship with a white person who does what I do. So I don't have an idea of what they're getting paid. I have a couple people that I'm starting to get closer with, like texting, like how much did you make? Like I don't have that sort of relationship. And so I don't know. I don't know what people are, what you know what I'm saying, my beige friends are making, because I don't have any. There is an Instagram that popped up recently called Influencer Pay Gap, in which you can DM them the demographics of you, your race or ethnicity, how many followers you have, and then you share your highest paid gig. And then they post them on their Instagram anonymously. So that now you're again starting to build some sort of working average or some sort of concept of who's getting paid what. So I think that is a very interesting Instagram that you should go ahead and follow asaptually. Have you personally witnessed pay disparity for similar work / quality? If so, self-advocacy, ? I feel that I have had my work not compensated appropriately, but like I said, I didn't have knowledge of anyone else's pay to bounce it off of. And I don't know what I would do if I got that information. I don't know what I would do if I got that information. So I'd be sad, I'd be mad. But yeah, I just have to be honest about that. I don't have some. It ain't no tea. You know what I mean? What was your experience like with finding an agent to help with bookings and partnerships? Can you talk about securing a PR manager or brand team? I need someone to help me say, this is what the rate is. Let's negotiate it. Let's talk about it. Because me negotiating on behalf of myself, for me, it gets emotional because I feel like if someone tries to lowball me, I'm like, oh, so you think I'm flaming garbage. That's what it feels like on the inside. Glenn, Belief in Fatherhood, here on YouTube, noticed me rolling in the deep, and I've said this before, noticed me rolling in the deep, contacted me, said, hey, do you need a manager? Here's the contact information for mine. Pew! I was like, whoa, bet. And then got the ball rolling that way. And that is who I work with to this day. Shout out to Maggie. And so that's how it happened for me. I cannot stress this enough. You're referred by people who you already have a relationship with. It ain't no DM someone that you're a fan of. That's not how it tends to work. A good rule of thumb is if you have their phone number, chances are you are in close enough relationship to ask that sort of a question or that sort of a favor. You know what I mean? It's either referrals or it's being so popping that they come to you and they want to sign you. When we talk about diversifying things or giving people a seat at the table, an important question to ask is this table raggedy? There will be a second video answering questions that fall into some other categories, and I will post that at a later time. But these were the ones that had the most questions, like the most repeated questions, and so I felt it was the most important ones to answer right now in this video. All right, so to be honest, I'm tired of talking, so we're gonna end it right here for right now. I hope it's been helpful. Thanks so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video again. And in the comments below, please share any advice that you have about the industry that you're in an effort to help people, help each other, don't do each other. I will see you on the internet somewhere. Bye.